Marlene Smith-Pendleton, the divine Miss M, as she's known to friends and clients. And I think when you have been represented by a single letter of the alphabet,
that's all I need.
For my money, that is plenty to signal the presence of a strong personality. Your business, MS Designs Incorporated.
Yes.
Been in the business for 40 years.
Yes.
How did you get your start in design?
In the beginning, I did some residential as well as commercial, but I always did prefer the commercial because it seems more logical. My very last residential job was kind of interesting. Of course, referrals, I'm 100% referral. And a client called me and said so-and-so had given her my name. Went to call on her. This was in Fox Chapel. I knocked on her door. She answered. Walked in and everything was covered with plastic. And it was kind of a urine green, the carpeting, the upholstery.
Urine green. I think I've seen that Pantone.
Yes.
That is a technical term for it.
Yes. So, and she had a velour sofa with finials, and on the finials, ropes with fringes and tassels. Flocked wallpaper, Gugas and Chutskis all over the place.
Now I'm trying to picture this literally, and I don't know if it's the most offensive or the most fabulous thing I've ever seen.
Well,
I can't design.
Her comment to me is, what I need is for you to accessorize. And I looked at her, looked around at the room, and said, "Madam, you don't need my help. This is exactly right for you." And I left.
That's an honest designer.
Yeah.
That's a very honest designer.
And never did residential again, because it tends to be, as I said, I like logical, practical. I like design to look good for a long time. And residential is more flash in the pan, pizzazz.
Transient, yeah.
I'll find out what the client wants to do with that specific area. I've designed wellness centers for corporations, a place for people to go and relax and just unwind, and little feeling stones, and have all of their senses aware of their surroundings. It's all very personal. It's a lot of gathering information and using my experience of years. And I just kind of have a knack for what people need. I think the reason I got into this business, I am an artist. I started actually painting portraits and painting landscapes, and very much into art, and sold a lot of paintings. But I do have a very strong color sense, a good sense of design, and I was very shy when I was a little girl, and most of my time I would observe people. And I can, if they ever had a game, guess what that person's going to do, I probably would win it, because I have watched so many people. They have patterns. People have natural patterns. And being aware of those patterns, I can do a layout for furniture. I'm more or less a furniture specialist. I know furniture, and I recommend what's best.
Now, don't be fooled by this tablecloth. This is a Louis XVI underneath.
Yes, I'm
okay.
sure.
So let's talk a little bit about the Carnegie Arts Initiative.
We're trying to bring art. Actually, there is a lot of art in Carnegie, but we're trying to strengthen the art programs in Carnegie. One of our current projects is the Welcome Bridge. We have several little bridges here in Carnegie because we have the Chartiers Creek surrounding us. And we want to make the bridges more attractive and also more welcoming. So we're working with an artist to make tiles to be applied to the bridge. And we're talking about doing the different languages of the different ethnic groups in Carnegie, and having welcome in a variety of languages. And I especially like Carnegie because it's so quaint. It's small but close and cozy.
There's a lot going on out here in Carnegie,
Yes.
and I think that a lot of folks in the city forget about that, but you hop in your car, you're here in less than 10 minutes, and a lot of the organizations out here that I've been speaking with, I'm finding they get an awful lot of city traffic
Yes,
out here. So
yes.
it's this wonderful little orb of Pittsburgh.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
there's so much going on out here, arts and artistically, culturally. It's becoming a nice little destination.
Great little restaurants and live theater. Yes, we have a lot going on. And one of our slogans for Carnegie is "All roads lead to Carnegie."
I like that.
Yes,
I do.
I think we have like 8. We're working on wayfinding for the community, putting in new signage. And we sat down, our committee sat down, and we determined that we had 8 or 9 entrances to Carnegie. So indeed, all roads lead to Carnegie.
And what really sets you apart from other designers is your unique perspective on things.
Yes.
The way that you approach a client's energy, the way that you approach the energy of that space.
Right. You want it to have a good look for a long time so that they don't have to keep replacing pieces, and it saves money in the long run. Well, I spend their money as if it were my money. So I get them the best bargains that I can get, the best quality for the money, and or as they say, the biggest bang for the buck. And also because I am associated with the design, I want it to look beautiful. So the end results is my clients are happy, and they keep calling me back.
Now, when you look at a city like Pittsburgh compared to other cities, from a design point of view, what is it that appeals to you about Pittsburgh in particular and keeps you here?
There's a lot of beautiful architecture, and there's a lot of history, a lot of talented people. But I think the people is what I like the best about Pittsburgh.
Does Pittsburgh have a style?
Yes, absolutely. I have lived in several other cities, and I have visited many cities. My work sometimes takes me out of state. Everyone seems to be rushed, and I don't know, in Pittsburgh it's very friendly. People stop, want to help, stop and have a conversation.
Stop and have a cocktail. Cheers.
Stop and have a cocktail. It's just, I think, a little more social in Pittsburgh. People want to share things with each other.
What do you feel in your illustrious 40-year career has been one of the most challenging design projects that you've had to undertake?
I had one client who wanted their color scheme to be the color scheme of the Steelers. Black and gold. I did.
That's Pittsburgh for you. You know, as a designer with 40 years in the business,
Yeah.
how would you upholster yourself?
I was actually named after Marlene Dietrich, and we highly suspect that my dad had an affair with her.
You could be Marlene Dietrich's daughter.
No, I don't think it works that way.
Hello, darling. In fact, can you do this entire interview as Dietrich? Oh, I am a big fan of Dietrich. I really am.
Well, obviously my dad was.
Ah! So that's what happens when you get to the top. You get to have everything done in leather.
Yes. And it was kind of a urine green.